Hi, it's Tom here from Foam Day Services, and today's test is going to be of another one of my mods, and this is a joint venture between myself and the team at Blastersmiths UK, and it is the ultimate Rapidpistol. Now this has been on Reddit, and I did put some bits and pieces during the build on Nerf. Now this is a custom built setup, and it's now available as a kit from BS UK. As you can see, it takes the traditional Rapidpistol as designed by Bobololo initially and perfected by Coop, and I've added some twists here by Jodocast, who does some wonderful mods. He's an Australian modder, and these are he does a handle cut on his, and I did a handle cut on mine. And I've also got up here, there's a fully working voltmeter, and I'll run through the features very quickly. If you want to see more detailed pictures of this, I'll put a little link in the description box there to my Imager album, where there's some nice close-up shots. Now, we have fully 3D printed front section. Cuts are made at the front here in a pretty similar location to where Coop does his, only I would advise moving them a little bit further forwards than I've cut here, maybe just a couple of mil. Front end here now supports a barrel lug like Coop's design, but this actually allows you to put barrel extensions on, and they mate really nicely, and they've included the little nub down here for the barrel lock to fit into, so they do stay on pretty securely. And this one, as you can see, has one of my custom carbine barrels for it. It takes that really nice, it's really solid, doesn't come off. And this one is built from the ground up for 180 motors, and you can see here the incorporated 180 motor cover. This is available as a separate item, and you can get it in the 180 kit, or you can have it for other builds like for Rapid Strikes, and you can get that from BS UK too. On this side we have the standard setup for if you're running stock motors. You will get two of these, which is a Picatinny rail. Everyone likes a good Picatinny rail. This means you can use accessories like flashlights, and you can use those little laser dot sights without the need for an ugly adapter that steps them away from the blaster. So if you want nice tight fitting accessories, you will be able to use them on the 130 kit, and you'll get those two Picatinnies. They'll sit either side, so it'll replace this one, and you'll have a Picatinny rail on each side. At the back there is a solid block here. I painted part of the PLA. It comes in any of their usual colours: black, orange, white. I think they do a blue now as well, and this takes any standard Nerf stock mount. It's in two parts. You have the block piece, and you can see there are some gaps around the back there, and that is to allow for a bit of flexibility in where you make your cut. Again, if I was doing this again, I'd probably move my cut back a little tiny bit, maybe just a couple of mil, to make my life a little bit easier. And obviously that then you bond into one shell half, this section, and then you can screw the stock block onto the back, and you can also make the stock block fit where you want. So if you have a Raider stock like this one, the common problem with fitting the Raider stock to the Rapid Strike is that on a stock or on a Strife, on a stock build, you don't get this lining through here right the way through to the barrel, and you get this really ugly mismatch between your stock and barrel. It's very hard to show in the light. So as you can see now, my stock lines through with my barrel because I'm able to set my custom stock mount height. And if you ask for these just undrilled so you can set them yourself, you can get them exactly where you want them for your choice of stock. So you can see that I can build up a nice little Rapid Strike carbine there with the barrel if I want, and with 180 motors, the slight FPS drop that you get from the barrel extension just gets eaten. Now on this side you can see I have a custom battery box. Now this battery box is dual function, and the second function of this box will be explained in a video later this week. Now all I can tell you about the second function of this box is it's really exciting, it's fun, it's interesting. You can get this box in a number of different iterations. You can get it with a hole for a voltmeter, you can get it with a hole for a voltmeter and vents, you can get it in a custom lettering like this, and this is my Foam Data Services logo inside, and that's printed out with a cutout, and you can get different backing colours, you can get all the colours of backing that they do, and they've got a mod for these to pretty much do whatever you want, so you can specify exactly what you want that will fit onto this battery case. This battery case is designed for a 2S LiPo pack, and the maximum size you can get in there is 72mm. And watch out, there's a 1300 mAh one that says, on Hobby King, it says it's that length, but it isn't. So the fit can be a little tight. I've gone for a 1000 mAh, and that is a 2S LiPo pack. That is a 30C discharge pack, so that's by no means a lightweight pack. And that one is producing at the moment, just charged it, so it's reading 8.3 volts on the voltmeter at the moment. Now my voltmeter is controlled by a reed switch in here, because I cut out too low to get the switch that normally holds the jam door. So if you do make this cut, just go a little higher, because if you want to keep the jam door switch for operating LEDs in the magwell, or for operating a voltmeter. Now I used a reed switch because they're low, they're really low profile. They're basically a little tiny glass tube with two contacts in. So there's a reed switch, and then there's a permanent magnet glued to the back of the jam door, and as you slide it back, it just makes the contacts and sets off the voltmeter. And then that also holds the jam door shut, because I've put a little tiny piece of steel in under here, and the magnet attaches to the steel, and it keeps, as you can see, stops my jam door from sliding. So internal mods: full rewire, BSUK switch plate kit, which incorporates a dual micro switch, and those are a real featherweight micro switch. You can set your trigger response to however you like. Full mil-spec silicon insulated 16 AWG wire in there, and I'm running eSky 180 blades, and I'm also running an eSky 180 blade on the pusher. And the reason for this is that you've got far greater braking torque from a 180. They're, I think, a much superior motor to the 130, and if you want the reliability and the performance and the ability to step up to stupendous rate of fire, then that is the way to go. All I put into my builds, if I don't want the stock motors, is 180s. Nothing else comes close to them for cheapness versus performance. And if we rev it up, that response is really fast, and if you listen to if we watch the pusher, I think we're doing around 6 to 750 rounds a minute, and you can single fire this. It's extremely easy to single fire. Anybody who says, oh, but a flywheel gun has spool up time, this doesn't have spool up time. Trust me, I can just go like that, and that's firing around at about 90 feet per second with no spool up. So if you want power and you want precision and you want performance, I think the 180 is the motor to go for in any of the Rapid Strike derivatives. So there we go, we're going to go and see whether it lives up to the hype when we put it over the chrono. Okay, so I'm all loaded up and ready to go over the chrono. Very quickly, just a little word about the paint. And this is a really special paint job on here, and you can't really see it in this light. So this is Hemi Orange Pearl, and then VW Mars Red top coat, and then the skulls are printed using a process called hydro dipping. I did all of this myself. All the bodywork on here is my work. BSUK have kindly done the design work on the 3D printed components, and that was a collaboration between myself and Mike. And I think it's come out really nicely. I love the aesthetics of this. I like Rapid Pistols, but I didn't want to have ugly chops and stupid flat plates. I wanted something that had real utility. And this isn't much bigger than a coupe Rapid Pistol, but it has the advantage of running a proper battery, and there's no need for an ugly external battery box full of 14 500 cells. This does not support truss fires, so anybody who says, oh well, let's put some truss fires in there, go somewhere else. Okay, if you want to run this kit, we recommend that you use a LiPo or equivalent, and that is what it's designed and built for. So there is no room in there, nor is there any components to fit in there for a 14500 battery. Now we've got that out of the way, let's go see what she does over the chrono, and I will do a 50 round shoot with this, and I'll post all the averages as usual. Okay, so that's the test on the Ultimate Nerf Rapid Pistol, and the kit for this is available from BSUK. I will put a link in the description box, and it's £20 for the basic 130 kit with the Picatinny rails both sides, and that includes your front block, your rear block with the stock mount, and it also includes your battery tray with just a flat tray. If you want additional things, then do talk to them about that and they can sort you out with those additional things. The 130 kit is £22 and that includes the additional cover for the motors here and the other parts. It does not include wiring kit, does not include LiPo, and it does not include the switch plate kit, although everything except the battery is available from their site. And if you want a good LiPo for one of these, then Hobby King is your first port of call. And they have a warehouse in America, they have global warehouses, they ship all over the world. So you can get your LiPos wherever you are. They are between 5 and 9 GBP, depending on the quality that you want or on the size. And like I say, the one that goes in this I think was £4.65, which is actually only £2 more than two awful truss fires off eBay and has quite a higher discharge rate. So to put that into perspective, this is a 30C discharge, so from that tiny little pack you can do 30 amps continuous. Okay, so we're going to review the figures for the Ultimate Rapidpistol, running 2S LiPo, and that's running E-Sky blades, which are a 180 motor. So we have a high 112, low 103, average 107, extreme spread of 9, standard deviation of 2%. So again, very, very consistent, which is what you should expect from that level of torque.